Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. As you can see, today I'm here with Sue-Ann Carlson, who Sue-Ann and I together co-founded Homes on Wheels Alliance, a 501c3 nonprofit, and we do all kinds of good things for the nomadic community. Anyone in need, we try to do all we can to support them. And one of the things we do, looking to support the entire nomadic community, is create events where we can all come together and have community. That's so important. And 15 years ago, we held our first Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. That's right, the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, the RTR, as we will probably abbreviate it. Started out with just a few people. There were 45 people there at that first one, and it's grown and grown and grown, and this is now the 15th annual. Along the way, 8 years ago, we added the Women's Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, and so that's the 8th anniversary of that as well. So today we're here to tell you all about it, and Sue-Ann, you are in charge of the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous this year.
I'm the chair. I'd have lots of help, though.
Of course.
It is definitely not a one-person deal, not this.
If you've been to the RTR before, the one thing that is so stunning is the incredible volunteers.
Yes.
Just amazing people, all kind and generous and got a smile. It's just an amazing event to see the volunteers.
They definitely are the heart of that event and have been from the beginning.
If you're new or not very long into the nomadic community, that's the first thing that'll stand out to you. And just amazing, wonderful people you meet everywhere. Okay, yes. Well, the purpose of today's video is to give you all the details that you need to know to start planning right now to come to the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. Sue-Ann, being the expert involved in every tiny detail of it, I am going to let her explain it all to you because I'd probably tell you all the wrong stuff. So, Sue-Ann, let's start with the basics. What are the dates of the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous?
So we have the Women's Rubber Tramp Rendezvous for the first 3 days, and that's Wednesday, January 8th, through Friday the 10th. And then the next 6 days from Saturday to Thursday are the RTR.
And where is it going to be at?
This will be our 4th year at the baseball field at the Quartzsite Town Park. And the closest cross section to that is Quail Trail Street and Plymouth Avenue. So put that in Google and you'll find us easily.
I think a simple way to find it is to just Google the library.
Yes.
And when you get to the library, instead of turning into the library, you turn left, and there's 2 jets at the park, and you can't miss it. There'll be a ton of people, ton of cars, people having a great time. So it's very easy to find. We're just going to cover everything real basic, but if people want to get more involved or they forget to write all this down, they want to look it back up, how can they get more information?
So we have an extensive webpage, and it will have all the information we're talking about today and then more. Lots of FAQs and just everything that you can imagine. When we have a schedule, it will be on this page. The easiest way to find it is to go to your browser and type in howa.org, HOWA.org. And then when that comes up at the top of the page, is a link to events, and then just click on the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous and it'll take you to that page.
We also have quite a bit of social media that people should just check out generally. So why don't you give us some of the social media?
Really good point. The page that I'm going to take you to is kind of like the front door to our Facebook groups, and its address is facebook.com/HomesOnWheels Alliance, and that will take you to our main page. For example, I just did a post on how to camp, how to find camping during the RTR. And I'm going to do a post on how to prepare for weather at the RTR. So lots of really detailed information, but most importantly, a way for you to interact with people that have been there before that may have ideas that I didn't even talk about, but they're great ideas.
Okay, so some people out there have not been there yet. Hopefully they're coming to check it out for their first time. And what can they expect to see and do at their first event?
Sure. One is that we have a stage where educational talks are given. And then during lunchtime, we have music there. So some examples of the educational topics that we cover are things like basic solar, hygiene on the road, how to stay warm when it's cold, how to find a job, safety on the road, how to find a place to camp on public lands. Leave No Trace. HOWA is a partner with the organization Leave No Trace. So being good stewards of the land. And then basic vehicle maintenance and tire maintenance. So these are some examples that we've had sometime during the past 15 years.
Okay, so if people are planning to come, is there anything they need to bring?
Absolutely. So our stage is on a baseball field where the outfield is grass. And the outfield grass area is where the audience sits. You can bring a blanket, but most people bring a chair. And also be prepared for the weather. So that means it might be sunny, so bring a hat, sunscreen, definitely bring water. Pay attention to what the weather's going to bring and be prepared with jackets and various layers that you can take off.
But so I would emphasize, be ready for cold, surprising cold.
Yes.
And also for rain. We've had several events rained out. We had to close days.
Absolutely did.
So,
and last year, the first day of the women's RTR, we had winds like it had to be at least 40 miles per hour.
a lot of us have these stereotypes of the desert, and that's what we're coming expecting. No, it can be anything. We really want you to understand that. Come prepared for cold nights. Come prepared for warm nights. Come prepared for rain, for floods. Come prepared for beautiful, beautiful weather. It can be anything, and it can be the different things on every day of the week. So just really come prepared. But come, that's the main thing. Come, but come prepared.
One of the new kinds of activities that we've added to the RTR is assistance for the community. And one of those is providing cold weather gear for people who came not realizing they needed to have cold weather gear. So blankets, coats, hats, gloves. This is for nomads in need. And we are very, very fortunate to have that sponsored anonymously, as well as by Columbia Sportswear is providing some jackets for us. And then for our third year, we're providing sewing services. So you have some pants that need to be hemmed or some curtains that need to be made. We will have a group of people who that is their expertise, sewing, and they will provide that service to you.
You know, you might think, well, this doesn't cost much to put on the RTR, but actually it is very expensive to put on the RTR. The city puts on certain limitations. They need to feed themselves, but they put on some limitations that end up costing us quite a bit of money. So how much is it going to cost us this year to put on the RTR?
$25,000 is what I have budgeted for this year, and that's been pretty consistent.
And so if people want to help support that, how can they help?
So right now, we have a registration up on the website that I gave you. That is howa.org, and then go into events. And in that registration, you'll be given the opportunity to donate $25 or more. And if you do that, you can opt to have a T-shirt made for you. It's just the logo with the sponsors on the back. In addition, and this is something we've done from the beginning because the RTR has always cost something pretty much. And we'll have donation jars out at the event. In addition, this year we are doing something new. We are going to have merchandise at the event. So you can get a T-shirt with the RTR logo or a tote with it or stickers or a bumper sticker. Those kinds of things.
Another thing we're going to do to support HOWA and the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous is at the RTR 2025 in January in Quartzsite, we're going to be launching a sweepstakes. Sweepstakes have been a fundraiser that has worked super, super well for Homes on Wheels Alliance. And no purchase is required for a sweepstakes. It's important that you know that. So at the January 2025 RTR, we will be launching a sweepstakes for my ambulance. Yep, that's right. My ambulance is going to be there, and it will be on sweepstakes. So you can either purchase a ticket online, or you can go online and get a ticket and not pay a penny for it. So no purchase is required. But my ambulance is going to be on sweepstakes. As you know, if you follow my channel, CheapRVliving, then you know I have downsized into a Subaru, and I have an excess ambulance that I don't need. I can't drive two vehicles at once. And so I'm going to donate the ambulance to Hawa, and they are going to hold that sweepstakes for it. So that's something good that I think is happening there as well. So at the RTR, how can people get involved with community building, making connections with other nomads?
So we tried to make the environment so that you can make connections easier. Many of us are introverts, and so this provides some structure for that to happen. So here are some examples. So from the stage, we'll have topics. Let's say it's solar. But after that presentation, we'll have breakout sessions, small groups that you can join to dig deeper into that topic. So join those small groups, interact with them in discussion, and who knows, maybe you'll meet somebody that you want to get to know better. Another example is we'll have tables with arts and crafts where you can sit down and just play. We'll have a games table, so you can sit down and play games, board games, card games, those kinds of things. We have what we call a free pile, which is a give and take, which is an amazing place to just stand around and see what's on that table and start chit-chatting about those things with the person next to you. It is as much of a social activity as it is a way for you to provide things, give things, donate things for others to use, and then take things that you want to have. We're going to have music at lunchtime, and that's meant to kind of facilitate a way for you to sit next to somebody that you've never met before. We're going to have food vendors there. We also have found that people love looking at other people's rigs, and people love sharing their rigs. And we're going to have on a daily basis an open house. So you can bring your rigs. Let's say you have a van and it's the day for vans to be showing off. Bring your van, and then those that are interested in seeing how vans are set up will go from van to van to van, and it'll again be a chance to interact. And then finally, we're going to have a couple opportunities for people to meet up with each other and find campmates. And then further, if you are a business, or let's say you're an influencer and you want to have be visible at the RTR at a booth or on a banner, we have sponsorships that you can participate in. And to find out more about that, you go to that webpage, the RTR webpage. Again, that's at howa.org under events, and toward the bottom is all the sponsorship information. And we do have sponsors. Some are providing financial support, and some, like Columbia and CheapRVliving, are providing in-kind support, like this video that you're seeing here.
This year, we're doing something new. Over the years, many people have approached me and said, Bob, I'd like to join your group. And unfortunately, my answer has always been, well, I'm afraid we don't have a group. We don't have any kind of official membership. We're just a loose group of people who love living nomadically, or either part-time or full-time. Some are part-timers. And so there's nothing really to join. But in response to all those requests, Hawa has created a membership. So you can actually join and become a member of something. Sue-Ann, why don't you tell us all about that?
Sure. So this membership program is being kicked off at the RTR. Currently, there's 4 levels, and the first level is a free level. So we know we serve a lot of people who just do not have the funds to purchase a membership. So we wanted to make sure that they also are part of the community and can join. And then from there on up, we have another level, 3 other levels. I think the top level is $100 a month or $1,000 a year. But those top 3 levels are various levels of monetary contributions. And Hawa to serve the community, to continue to serve the community, HOWA really appreciates your support. And this is another way for you to have an ongoing level of support for that work.
We want to emphasize that you don't have to spend any money. If you don't have any extra money to spare, we don't want you to suffer. But if you do have extra money, then we would really appreciate your support. That just helps other nomads in many, many ways. So thank you. If you can, please do. If you can't afford it, we're here to serve you. You're not here to serve us. At this year's Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, we have something new we've never done before. For the first 5 years of the existence of Homes on Wheels Alliance, Sue Ann has been the executive director of HOWA, and HOWA was very, very, very fortunate that Sue Ann stepped in and did it for no charge. Unbelievable number of hours been put in by Sue Ann in the last 5.5 years or so, and we're just incredibly grateful. But that got a little long.
Yes.
And so
it was time for me to retire.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so you have stepped down.
I have.
And no one else was going to volunteer that much time. No one in their right mind would volunteer that much of their life. So we've hired a new executive director, and you can get a chance to meet him and get your input and get to know him and get to feel for his wonderful, generous, kind heart. And so the new executive director, J.D. McCrary, will be there. And how can people meet him?
Well, we are planning in the mornings to have just coffee. You know, bring your mug. But we will get together about 8:30 every morning and just sit around and chat. The other thing that we want to say that you will be there.
I will be there.
And we have times to do a meet and greet with Bob.
Right.
And opportunities to purchase his new book.
Yes.
And you can get it signed by the man himself.
I'll be there. I'll be there ready to sign.
There you go.
Well, this has gone on long enough, so we'll go ahead and quit here. So, Sue Ann, why don't you just summarize it all real quick for us, and we'll quit.
So dates are January 8th through the 16th. That's both the WRTR and the RTR. It's held at the Quartzsite Town Park baseball field. And for all the information, the latest and greatest as it becomes available, go to the HOWA webpage at HOWA, HOWA.org, O-R-G, and then click on events. See you there.
So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this, that you are enthused and excited to come and join us, and then we, too, can see you there, and we'll have a great, great time. If you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you on the next video. See you then.